Hi friends, today I would like to discuss with you another topic of law, significant topic of law called 712 extract versus title document, Sat Bara versus title document. As we know that in the rural area, if the people are less educated or illiterate, those who are doing agriculture or farming, etc., they always say that the 712 extract and mutation entries are the title document. They have misconceived this, they have misunderstood this because the 712 extract or mutation entries are not the title documents. These are not the documents of the ownership. This, by virtue of this document, one cannot establish the right of ownership in respect of the property. So, what is law regarding this and what the judgment of the Supreme Court says regarding this? Today, I am going to discuss one by one. First of all, we should know what is 712 extract, that is called Sat Bara. 712 extract is provided in the Maharashtra Land Revenue Code, and 712 extract is nothing but only revenue record. What it indicates, it shows only the nature of crop being taken or cultivated by the farmer, like wheat, jawar, bajra, or any crop that is being taken in the agricultural land. And tax to be paid, who shall pay the tax and the rate of the tax, etc., as per the nature of the land. Therefore, 712 extract and mutation entries are not the title document. These are only revenue record kept in the offices of the government for the purpose of who shall pay the tax and what kind of agricultural crop is being taken up. That only indicates that only. Therefore, this is not a title document, or it is not document of ownership. It does not create any ownership right in the favor of person, nor it extinguishes or destroys the title in respect of that person. It is only revenue record. The purpose of such a record is to know that already I spoke that who shall pay the tax and what kind of crop is being taken up. Now we should know what is title document. We know that if a person is transferring property to another person, then such a document has to be in the written form. It should be duly stamped, that is, stamp duty is properly paid, and registration should also be done. Then and then only the person in whose favor the document is made will become owner. For example, if X person is selling the property to Y, his agricultural area, agricultural land, then document is in the written form and proper stamp duty is paid and it is registered with the office of sub registrar of assurances, that is called Duyam Nibandhak. Then the buyer will become the owner because the sale deed is registered in his name. Likewise, a conveyance deed in respect of the land is executed, registered, executed, and properly stamp duty is paid, then the buyer will become owner. He will get the ownership right in the property. Likewise, a gift deed is made by a person that is in the written form, proper stamp duty is paid, and it is registered, and donor has accepted the same. The moment when gift deed is registered, when it is accepted, the donor becomes the owner of the same. He acquires the right in respect of the same. Therefore, these are the examples of title document. Number one is sale deed. Number two is deed of conveyance. Number three is registered gift deed. Likewise, the fourth possibility is that if a person has executed the will and he died, because the right in respect of the will be available, made available to the person whose name is written in the will after only the death of the maker of the will. So the question of right in respect of the will comes into picture when the person who is making the will has died. As long as he is alive, he can change the number of wills. And if suppose he has made a first will in the year of 2015, thereafter in the year of 2016 he made another will, then by virtue of the law, automatically the earlier will gets cancelled. It has zero value in the eye of law. It is nullity. Likewise, if he makes another will, third will in the year of 2020, then automatically the earlier will, whatever wills he has made, will will have zero evidentiary value, and that will be nullity. So the latest will be only considered if will may be registered or may not be registered. But once the person has died, then the person in whose favor the will is made will get in the right in respect of the said will, and thereafter that will is also subject to challenge. Anybody can say that I am also one of the legal heirs and I have also right in that will. That person who made the will was also my relative, uncle, maternal uncle, paternal uncle, or any relative like that. So he may also challenge the will same. So unless and until the probate of the same will is done in the court, till that time that rights are not strong or concrete right. Like what is now probate? Probate is nothing but the proceeding, legal proceeding conducted by the court certifying that the will was proper, it was properly executed, and the person in whose favor it is created has also right, and apart from him there are no other legal heirs, etc., etc. So once the probate is done, that person gets the concrete right in respect of the same. Thereafter, that such a document can also be treated or called as title documents. So now we are discussing in respect of the 712 extract, that is called Satbara versus title documents. If there is a contradiction between the 712 extract and the title documents, always the contents of the title documents need to be seen. Title document shall always prevail over the 712 extract, because as I already spoken by me that 712 extract is nothing but only revenue record, and revenue record can neither create any right in respect of the properties, nor it extinguishes or destroys the right in respect of the property. That does not convey the ownership right. Only title documents like sale deed, deed of conveyance, gift deed, or probate after will, all such a four kind of document can give the title or ownership to the other person. So, any document by which the ownership from one person to another person transfers in respect of the immovable property, all such documents, if duly registered, stamped, etc., then such a document conveys the right, ownership right in favor of the other persons. So, such a documents are called title documents because it conveys the ownership right in respect of the land. So the basic difference between 712 extract and title document are that 712 extract is the only revenue record kept in the office of the government. The purpose of which it is that who is liable to pay the tax and what kind of crop or crop is being taken up. And title documents are such a document by which the ownership in respect of the property gets transferred from one person to another person's. Now, Indian Registration Act Section 17 also says that not only such a document in respect of the immovable property should be in the written form, but it should also be registered. Unless and until such a document is registered, the buyer or the person in whose favor such a right is created will not get any right. Therefore, such a document must be in the writing, as well as its registration is compulsory. Otherwise, it also doesn't get any sort of evidentiary value in the court of law in case of any litigation is filed. And we also know that section 53A of the Transfer of Property Act says about part performance, and that says that in case if the buyer has got the possession in respect of the property, he paid some consideration, but he is also ready and willing to pay the remaining consideration, and he's ready and willing to perform his part of contract, and he got the possession, he's enjoying the same. Then in such a cases, the seller cannot dispossess him. Seller cannot dispossess him on the ground that that document is unregistered. Now this law is changed. Now such a document has to be registered only, duly stamped and registered only, then and then only the buyer will get the protection under section 53A. To get the benefit under section 53A of the Transfer of Property Act, The buyer's documents must be registered now. It must be registered. If the document is registered prior thereto, duly stamped, then and then only he can claim right under section 53A, then and then only his possession can be protected, otherwise not. This is the amendments. Now we are going to refer the names of the judgments of the Supreme Court, wherein it was stated by the Honorable Supreme Court that the title document is most important document, and 712 extract is only revenue record. 712 extract does not create or does it neither creates nor extinguishes or destroys any ownership right. It is only a revenue record, whereas title document is such a document by which the ownership in respect of the immovable property is transferred. That is document of ownership. And in case if there is a contradiction between the title document and 712 extract, always the title document shall prevail. So I am going to only just take the names of recite the names of the judgment of the Supreme Courts, not going into the detail of the same, and the judgments I am also going to give the names of the same in the comment box. You can put number one, Naran Das Karson Das versus Kamtam. That judgment is delivered by the Honorable Supreme Court in 1977. Another second judgment, Prahlad Pradhan versus Sonu Kumar. This was also delivered in the year of 2019. In the same judgment, the Honorable Supreme Court said that 712 extracts are only revenue record, and it neither creates or extinguishes nor it extinguishes any ownership right title in respect of the property. It is only merely revenue record. And the same thing have been stated by the Supreme Court in remaining judgment like Balwant Singh versus Daulat Singh in 1997, and in Narsamha and others versus state of Karnataka in the year of 2009, in Bhimabai Mahadev Kambekar versus Athar Import and Export Companies, in Ashwini Ashok Shirsagar versus State of Maharashtra in the year of 2010. This judgment was delivered by the Honorable High Court of Bombay. In all these 6 judgment, the law laid down is that 712 extract is the only revenue record. It neither creates or neither it creates nor it extinguishes any ownership right in respect of the property. It is only revenue record, and the purpose of revenue record is to only ascertain who shall pay the tax and what kind of crop is being taken up. On the contrary, title document is such a document by which the ownership in respect of the property is transferred from one person to another person. For example, sale deed, deed of conveyance, gift deed, and after will probate is done. So this is the basic difference, major differences between these two. We should never get confused about these two. So the 712 extract is not title document, it is only revenue record. Hope that I have delivered the lectures, and hope that you will rely on the judgment of the Supreme Court in case of any litigations. Thanks for hearing to me.